Chapter 5. Absolute Despair Girl.
Haha! Did you see that? Who's the boss now? As long as I control this Big Bang Monokuma, those little Monokumas are like nothing! Good work, you two! You guys are the saviors of this town!
Yeah.
Greetings. I came to say my goodbyes.
Going already? But this is where the fun starts.
For real though! The real deal starts now! It's like you finally get the girl of your dreams, so now you can start wearing her underwear whenever you want! That example was pretty clever! Let's put that shit on a calendar!
By the way, before I leave, there's something I should tell you.
Oh, what? Is this it? You're finally gonna come out of the closet!
I've received word from the Monokuma kids on watch. An intruder has entered Towa City, and they came alone.
Alone? I see. Was this someone from Future Foundation?
I don't know, but I recommend caution.
Hey! Look at that! Wow, the impact! Looks just like an action movie, meow. If this keeps up, all the children might end up getting killed.
You're in quite a good mood, despite the fact that your plan is about to be ruined.
Ruined? You talking about ruined? Monica's plan is totally going smoothly. Totally!
Smoothly. You call this smoothly.
Sorry. I know you helped me out and everything, but this plan is a secret even to you.
By any chance, is this plan related to the successor of Junko and Oshima?
No! Zip your mouth!
Well, it does not matter what you're planning. In the end, hope shall win the day.
So to prove your little point about hope or whatevs, you brought on the despair, huh? Well, that's just fucking stupid. It's like going to the desert to drink some tasty water.
It's totally contradictory, right?
No, you misunderstand. In order to get rid of all the despair, you first must let it flourish. Wait until the despair has grown to its largest size, and then burn it. All the way to the roots. And after that, only hope will remain. That is the world I seek. There is nothing contradictory in that. Well, not that it even matters.
So you're gonna burn the crops and salt the earth, huh?
You really are amusing, Mr. Servant. Despite the fact that you know you've fallen into despair, you still fight for hope. Could it be from Big Sis Junko's influence? Or were you always like this?
Who cares, Monica? Just let this chump exit stage left already. There's something way more fun and refreshing waiting for you.
Yep, that's right. I'm really looking forward to it. Just how will the world look through the eyes of the successor?
Monica, you're so into it! Your heart resonates, hot enough to burn!
Thank you, Kurokuma, for giving Monica such a splendid plan.
Yeah, stop it. Your little hills, up against my body. Are you pushing those little buds on me? You doing this on purpose, Monica? Monica!
Thank you for the hard work, Mr. Servant. I'm sure we will not see each other ever again.
Mr. Haiji, we're all here, sir.
Good. Thank you. Everyone, hear me out. First off, I gotta apologize to you guys. The reason I was always down in that base wasn't because I was waiting for an opportunity. That was just an excuse. Really? I was just scared shitless by those kids. Makes me a pretty bad leader. But then, someone snapped me out of it. Those two girls over there. Neither kids nor adults.
Hi.
Thanks to them, I've finally woken up. No matter how scared you are, if you want a hopeful future, sometimes you gotta fight for one. So never again. Never are we gonna hide and cower and lose what we care about. Now it's time to stand up. With our hands, we are gonna take back this city. We have the power now. With Big Bang Monokuma, we can do this. So listen up. Teach those deranged kids who really runs this town. Towa City. Our home. Our town!
Things are turning for the worse.
Isn't it better if the adults are a little more calm?
Probably, but we can't just tell this group to keep level heads. They'd turn on us.
Yo, got a sec? Shiroro wants to talk to you guys. Right away.
Sure, Kuma. Good timing. There's something we have to talk about, too. So you guys are worried too, right? It'd be bad if the adults attack the kids, riled up like this. You think so too? Haiji seems like he's holding a grudge. Not just against the Monokumas, but the children too. If they end up fighting like this, both the kids and adults will end up killing each other. Killing?
Why did it end up like this? I mean, didn't you want the adults to fight back too?
Well, just like you, I didn't know that Haiji had that kind of weapon. The reason I tried to motivate them was to give them the power to protect themselves. But Big Bang Monokuma isn't about protection. It has the power to destroy. If the adults and kids fight one another with the power to destroy, the damage would be terrible. Hey, is there anything we could do to maybe calm them down a little?
The way they are now, I doubt it.
We don't have to be afraid anymore! We might lose our lives. We might take lives. But either way, we will not be afraid anymore! Today, we make the memorial of our victory! We make the memorial of the kids' defeat!
It's hard to believe these are the same adults that were so scared earlier. They want blood.
The moment they saw that stupid huge Monokuma, their eyes lit up. Yeah, maybe it is their last hope. But maybe it's far too big of a hope. There's no way they'd listen to us if we told them to go easy because they're just kids.
Sure, Kuma, do you have any ideas? There is one.
Well then, hurry up and say it.
The Monokumas running amok in town aren't moving on their own like me. There must be a device somewhere giving them orders.
Somewhere?
I would guess that the controller is at Towa Hills, the kids' HQ.
If we get to Towa Hills before the battle gets out of hand and destroy that device...
Yep. The Monokumas will stop functioning all at once, and the kids will no longer have an army. If you guys do that, I'm sure you can prevent the fight between adults and children.
Yeah, it's not like they're a group of fanatics who would attack defenseless children. I hope.
But who's going to do it? It sounds really dangerous.
About that.
Oh, you better not tell us to do it. Sneaking into heavily guarded enemy territory to look for a device that's who knows where, that's just begging to get killed.
But when the Big Bang Monokuma starts attacking, the Monokumas will be busy dealing with that. If you use that as a distraction, it won't be impossible to break into Towa Hills.
Whether it's possible or not isn't the problem. Why do we have to be the ones to risk our lives?
But in order to save Byakuya, we have to go to Towa Hills anyway, right?
Yeah, but a device used to control Monokumas is obviously going to be well guarded. No matter what the plan is, it's just not possible.
I know I'm asking you for a lot, but you two are the only ones I can rely on anymore. I beg you, you guys are the only ones who can save this town.
Save this town? What do you mean? That's not what we're in this for. We're not heroes or anything, you know? Why put us in that situation?
Wait, Toko. I'll try.
Hey! What are you saying?
I know it's dangerous, but even then, I can't just leave it like this. I know I'd regret it later on.
Maybe you want to be like your brother? You admire him?
It's not like that!
So it's definitely like that. I knew it. You have a brother complex.
No, seriously, it's not.
Komaru, you've grown. I'm so glad to see you like this.
That's what's been bothering me. Huh? Watching this new you. For some reason, it concerns me. I don't know.
Don't worry. I'll be just fine. After all, I have a reliable friend named Toko.
Well, it's true, but...
So, it's the final hour. What are you guys gonna do?
Fine. You want me to go, right? Happy? Jeez, like I even have a choice. However, the objective is rescuing Master. Everything else is secondary.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, you two. Thank you so much.
Looks like it's about to begin.
We should hurry.
Master, if our plan succeeds, catch me in your open arms, Master!
Welcome back to Danganronpa Another episode, Ultra Despair Girls. And Chapter 5 has begun in earnest. We just watched a lot of cutscenes, and they established a lot of black and white, a lot of different opposing ideals. With Haiji talking about death or glory, quite simply. We might die, and we might have to kill, but so be it. This game often talks about hope and despair as being these contrasting parallels, and Toko has a point. Komaru previously seemed to exist in a space somewhere between. But recently, she's really grown into some kind of a hero fighting for hope and fighting for the future of this city, which is certainly a little different to how she started out on this journey. Definitely worth considering. We got a collectible right at the beginning of the chapter here. Hit list. Demon name, Kenshirox. Real name, Kenshiro. A super big-sized demon who's in charge of a secret assassin skill. It was supposed to be the strongest human alive in the demon world, and its assassin fist can even break the ground in half. Don't hunt it alone. but it's supposed to actually be really sick, so stay far away from it and make it all tired before you kill it. Hunting grounds, underground parking lot. Kenshiro is Sakura Ogami's special person, and other than Komaru herself, he's the only hit list character in this game who's mentioned significantly in Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. In Sakura's free time events, she goes into quite a lot of detail about her relationship with him. He's quite an interesting character, as is Sakura herself. And we can actually hand this and the other hit lists we've gathered into Hiroko right now. What's up? Something happened? So we did pick up the two from Chapter 4 and the first one here in Chapter 5 as well, so let's hand these in. Starting with Slowpoke Maru. Huh? What's the big idea, handing me something like this? You better not be making fun of me. No, I wasn't thinking anything. I was just handing it over like I normally do. I'm just kidding. I'm not the kind of woman to get pissed off about something like this. Yeah, thought so. You really thought so? You look kind of relieved to me. You probably thought she was gonna hit you with a crowbar or something, right? No, honest, I was not thinking about getting hit by a crowbar and dragged behind a bike. No, really, I'm telling the truth, Miss Hagakari, I'm innocent. Wow, you really, really suck at lying. More importantly, this file is so rude. I'm sure they could have written it a little nicer. What, really? I don't know. I think typical demon is pretty well put. How would you describe it? Like, how the hair is unique, or how she reads tons of manga, or how she makes funny voices with an electric fan, or how she's really not good with numbers. And that's about it, right?
It's gonna be alright.
Coco, there's nothing embarrassing about being normal.
Stop it!
It's not like I'm embarrassed. But more importantly, they wrote unknown for hunting grounds. They haven't found you. You should be happy about that, not sad about the whole typical demon part. Yeah, as a normal girl, I'm happy in a perfectly normal way. Remember when I told you sucked at lying? You know, it's starting to sound like Komaru's fed up of being normal. Let's hand over the next one, Hirohito-tane.
Hey.
Targeting the elderly too. They really don't discriminate. Jeez, if they just waited a week, he'd probably die of old age. Then there's no need to kill him. Toko, that's rude. You have to respectulate your elders. You can't even say it properly.
And?
By the way, what was the detective library again? I feel like I've heard that somewhere before, but I can't remember.
You're right.
If we can trust what's written here, isn't it some kind of detective union? Or maybe a group that mediates jobs to private investigators? So it's just like a manga artist union? If that helps you, sure. Anyway, a union of detectives sounds super cool, like a secret organization. Real life detectives are no good at all. Why not? Don't detectives in real life solve super cool investigations like in manga?
No.
Well, I guess that it's not that actual detectives are no good. More like most situations don't even require a detective. Yeah, that's right. Unless there's some super complicated case, detectives aren't really needed. Of course, most police officers and judges fit that bill too.
You're right.
Right, that goes without saying. I guess that's why I'm repulsed by them so much. For some reason, that sounds philosophical.
Leave it to me.
Anyway, regardless if they're detectives or culprits, we gotta save them now. Leave it to me. I'll solve it in a flash, just like manga detectives. Toko and Hiroko really getting along a lot better now. And the last one. We just picked it up. Kenshirox.
Hey, hey.
Assassin Fist? Are the captors really allowed to do that kind of BS in this game? Isn't this just something the kid wrote? They're probably just making it up. No, my guess is that's the truth. I know a monster just as powerful as this guy. A monster?
You're right.
Yeah, she was called Ogre, and she was the strongest person in the world. And those nicknames were no exaggeration, she really was a monster. And if she can exist, I'm sure that something like Assassin Fist exists. Then, is it true that his days are numbered? Sounds like a plot from a manga. It is a familiar story. Assassins always have short lives, just like how female spies somehow always fall in love. Well, even though I didn't really get that reference, you can leave this to me. Assassin Fist or no, I'll take the responsibility of saving him. Of course, I'm not personally going. And that gets us up to date. There is only one more hit list left in the game, and I think you know whose special someone it may be. We got some dialogue with these NPCs before we move on.
Could it be?
That weapon! Don't tell me you used it on a child!
No.
Don't worry, this is for Monokumas. No matter how horribly we were treated, I can at least keep my sense of tact. I'm not gonna just crush all their little heads like watermelons.
Yeah, I thought not.
But if something were to happen, that would be a different story. If some horrible, unthinkable situation occurred, well, then I'd just have to use this on a kid.
Don't mess with me.
What happened to your sense of tact?
Hey.
You sound so certain deriding me. If you don't kill the kid, the woman next to you is dead. What if that were the situation? Would you just remain a spectator? Watch her die?
That's...
I went outside with a resolute mind. If something happens, I will not hesitate to kill. If I hesitate, keep making excuses, I'm the one who'll end up dead.
Toko, we should go.
I think this dialogue very deliberately references back to the speech that Komaru made to the adults. And it's kind of showing that though she had the best of intentions, she can't control how other people interpret her words and her message. Another dialogue here.
Are you guys coming with us too? Well, not really. No, don't worry about it. There's no need for you to risk your lives, you're still young women. It's been so long since I felt this, I feel completely free.
Why? Do you think you've already won?
You're right.
It's true. I don't know what's going to come of all this. But the day we stand up against these kids is finally here. It makes me happy. I'd much rather fight a kid and die than return to a life of hiding in fear. Please be careful. Yeah, even if it's my time to die, I'll be sure to take some kids and Monokumas with me.
Yeah, I feel like they've probably got the wrong end of the stick. Let's grab this save point before we move on. And now let's move on.
I wonder if everyone's heading to Towa Hills. It looks like a real war.
Is that mole man piloting that thing? Looks like he's getting out a lot of pent-up anger.
Are the children going to be okay?
Now's not the time to think about the enemy.
Something I really like about this area is the scale of it all. I like this overpass that we're traveling on right now. Rising above the city like this, it kind of puts everything into perspective. It feels quite climactic and appropriate for the narrative at this stage of the story, where we are just now beginning to see the bigger picture. Not a massive fan of that loading screen, but limitations of the game.
So that's Towa Hills. Impressive.
Oh, hi. That's something I haven't really talked about much, is this game from a technical standpoint, this game as a game. I go on and on and on about the narrative and the characters, and I love all of that, but this game does have its issues from a technical standpoint. I think a lot of those issues do come from the fact that it was originally a PS Vita game, and as a result, you end up with very heavily compressed cutscenes that haven't been upscaled. The controls aren't amazing, though I feel like I'm kinda suffering from Stockholm Syndrome since I've played this game so much that the controls don't bother me that much anymore. Originally, it wasn't particularly intuitive, and I know a lot of people don't get very far in this game because of the controls. This game has so many different animation styles that it can be a little jarring. As I said, from a technical standpoint, this game could be a lot better. And honestly, I would be on board for a remaster of this game. I know it's never going to happen, but I'd be really happy if it did happen, especially in the aftermath of Danganronpa V3 and its PC release being pretty good overall, and I would say better than the PC releases of the other games in the series. Let's grab a collectible over here. A new skill, Adventurer. And that reminds me, we need to equip our Destroying Urge. Second to last battery upgrade, and Adventurer. Items are highly more likely to drop after defeating an enemy. Nice. Not really much use at this stage of the game, but on a repeat playthrough it could be nice to have. This game doesn't have true New Game Plus, but if you start a new game using your completed save file, you'll keep all your collectibles and skills and bling bullets and such. Before we head into Towa Hills, we got some kids over here. What happened to these children? They look completely terrified. Probably just scared once they saw the adults were fighting back. Remember those idiots back when you were a kid? The ones who would mess with a chained up dog? Inevitably, they'd get bitten, and then they ended up with a fear of dogs. But they don't look just horrified, they're completely frozen in fear.
You're right.
Maybe they're more childlike than we imagined. They never thought it would come to this. Or, do you know something? No, nothing definitive. Just a feeling. Regardless, once we get to the kids' HQ, we'll have all the answers. Even if we don't want them. Oh yeah, there is a lot that this game has to answer for in this single remaining chapter. And it all will be answered.
If you ring the bell. That's kind of weird.
Well, this is it, the beginning of the end. Let's go into Towa Hills.
We got in pretty easy, huh? Maybe it's because Big Bang Monokuma is making such a mess. Toko, what are you looking around for?
There's no mistaking it. Master is here! The red string tied to my pinky. Oh, I can feel it tugging.
But in a building this big, it's gonna be hard to find him.
Well, obviously, all we have to do is catch the head brat and make them spill. And while we're at it, we can make them stop controlling the Monokumas. 2 birds, 1 stone. Knowing those brats, I bet they're somewhere up high where they can watch it all go down.
Yeah, that seems likely.
But from here on, we can't let our guard down. The Monokuma controller has to be well protected. Let's buckle up and get moving.
Yeah, let's end this. Personally, I'm hoping for an easy ending.
Yeah, that sounds good. And while the credits roll, you'll be all jealous watching Master and me passionately embrace.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be jealous of that.
For some reason, I feel like I've seen this before.
There's no chance it would suddenly ambush us, right?
First things first, the music here in Towa Hills is fantastic, and we'll get to hear a fair amount of it. We'll be here for a little while. You can see those 2 robots up ahead, and up until now, the game has been referring to this as the Kids HQ, plural. But in the opening cutscene, we saw Monica all alone. All of her friends are gone, missing. We don't know where they are. And yet their robots are here. Some food for thought. Up ahead, we got a couple of challenge rooms, and you might recognize these symbols on the floor. The symbols of the priest and the fighter of the Warriors of Hope, that's Jataro and Kotoko. And those are their robots up ahead as well. We'll be heading into those in the next part, but let's grab this collectible first. Towa Hills Reconstruction Plan. Tokuichi Towa, representative of Towa Group and Towa City, announced the plans today to rebuild Towa Hills, a city landmark only trumped by Towa Tower. This time, reconstruction will upscale the business side of Towa Hills. Towa Hills has entertained residents and tourists alike, and with the remodeling, the business and private sectors will be completely revitalized. Construction begins in 1 year and is slated for completion 3 years later. Little information about the place we are in right now, and there's something about this place that is a little unsettling to me. It's the HQ of the kids, and throughout this game we've seen the kids leave their mark on the city. The whole style of this game has been heavily influenced by the fact that kids are running the town. There's a lot of graffiti and things like that. But this place is completely untouched. It looks completely normal, which is really quite unsettling to me. We're going to explore more of Towa Hills in the next part. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.